options have been eliminated, Paul is going over options of possibilities. I find it amazing that in a situation where most would say all freedom has been taken from you, Paul is going over what God's going to do next in his life. And I would love, y'all know how I love to just start early. But if Paul can still have options while sitting in prison, I don't know what you consider a situation in your life where options have been eliminated. But consider this. Paul was in prison considering the options that were possible for his life. What I'm simply saying is there's not a place where God can't do what God has to do. There's not a position, there's not a landing spot, there's not a place where options have been all eliminated when God is involved. Man, that's just a praise moment right there in the beginning. And you know, God just gave me this word for somebody. I know who it's for. And before I get to my message, I was just studying for the message, and God just wanted me to say this. You guys, this is off topic from the message, but it's in context of what we're reading. But God just wanted me to tell somebody who's listening, I don't know if you're in the room or online, that don't forget who you became in prison. I don't know who you are, but he told me you would be listening. And he said that you became who you needed to be while you were in prison. Don't let freedom rob you of what you gained. The question is, what are you torn between right now? Like, what are you torn between? Are you torn between being a success in life or a failure in life? Are you torn between living or dying? Are you torn between being embarrassed or being bold? What are you torn between? And I'm saying this because worry is the result of believing two opposing outcomes. Worry is the result of believing two opposing outcomes. You will continue to worry if you think that you can both live and die. You will continue to worry as long as you believe you can be a success and a failure. If you believe that you can be embarrassed and bold, if you are entertaining two opposing outcomes, you will always be centered in worry. Worry is the result of believing that two opposing outcomes are possible. It's just that simple. If you think you can live and die based on what you're having to face, you will worry. If you believe that you can be a success or failure based upon where you are right now in life, this thing can either turn good or this thing can go bad. I don't know. As long as you're in I don't know, you're in worry. And the whole goal of this series has been to get you to this point. You guys ready? It's to eliminate one of those outcomes. You got to eliminate one. If you want to live a life worry-free, you have to eliminate an outcome that's opposing what you want. When you know the outcome, it removes the drama from the journey. Like some people have drama in their journey because you haven't settled the outcome. Once you know the outcome, the drama should be removed. Whether I'm up or down, I know the outcome. Whether I'm high or I'm low, I know the outcome. Whether I got a supply or don't have a supply, I know the outcome. Knowing the outcome removes drama from the journey. If you have a drama-filled life, it's because you haven't settled the outcome of your life. You got to settle it. Be like, I'm a winner. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. And if you got to play like my Amber's starting to learn how to play games and she hasn't gotten to the point where she realizes that she don't believe in losing, so she just keep playing. I was watching her and Rashida literally playing what's the little paper, rock, scissors. Paper, rock, scissors. I'm in the other room overhearing them playing paper, rock, scissors about when she should go to bed, right? And so she keep losing. And she keeps saying, Mama, go again. Like, let's go again. Go again. And Rashida keeps going again. How many of you guys know, what is she waiting on? Victory. Because she's already settled the outcome. I'm going to play till I win. Some of y'all just need to make a decision today. I'm going to keep fighting until I win. Period. When you gonna give up? When I win. When I'm gonna stop? When I win. Because I already have settled that winning is mine. I've already settled what the outcome is gonna be. So the drama in the middle don't bother me. I'm settled. The Bible tells us the double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. What's the double-mindedness? It's deciding between what you think, like you double-minded, so you unstable. What's the double? You don't know whether you gonna live, die, be embarrassed or bold, success or failure. You're unstable because you haven't picked a side. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You picked the side. But what you have to realize what Paul was saying, he wasn't opposing life or death. For Paul, living was serving God. So he's like, either I'm going to serve God on earth or I'm going to serve God in heaven, right? Both of them are good. Like if I live, I'm going to serve God. If I die, I'm going to serve God. Serving God is what I do, right? I have a revelation about my assignment, about who I am. And who I am decides how I filter what I see. Now, they talking about taking my life, but even if they take my life, they just going to send me to another opportunity of serving God with my life. I can serve God here on earth, and I can serve God in heaven. That's why Paul didn't care when they threatened him with death. Why? Because I can serve God here or there. Living for me is serving Christ. And what I'm trying to get you to see today is you have to make a determination of what living is for you. This is life for me. Like, this is life for me. Life of Paul was serving Christ. It didn't matter whether he was doing it here or there. If I take my life, I'll serve him in heaven. If I stay, I'll serve him here. But you have to be that convinced of who you are and make a determination. I'm going to do it regardless. Y'all know this is going to sound, some of y'all like, Pastor, that sounds a little worldly. Sometimes they hit it. I'm going to do me. Like, I'm going to do me. Whether you rocking with me or not, I'm going to do me. Whether you believe I can, I'm going to do me. Whether I got the resources, I'm going to do me. Whether I got the team, or whether I got whatever you think you need to make a decision that you going to be you regardless of the stuff. And I want to share this with you because peace isn't the end result of reconciling the opinions of others. Peace isn't the result of reconciling the opinions of others. A lot of people are trying to gain understanding, trying to gain peace by reconciling the opinions of others. They're trying to go to that person, this person, that person to discover truth. Like we said, the pathway of opinions will never lead you to the truth, right? God has deposited who you are inside of you. You just have to decide to be you. You just have to decide whether they love me or don't love me, I'm going to be me. Whether they give to me or don't give to me, I'm going to be me. Whether they care about what I'm doing or don't care, I'm going to be me. The Bible tells us we love because we were what? First love. I love you not because you loving, but because he was loving. I'm going to do me because of he. Oh, we almost there. Like Paul is in prison, right? He's in prison. He was like, now, if I live, man, I can serve Christ. If I die, but if I die, like if they kill me, I can serve God in heaven, right? I don't know. Should I live? Should I die? He's a prisoner. I'm thinking, but if I live, like, what am I going to live for? Like, what's worth living for? Well, I guess I could teach some more people about Christ. Like, there's some people that still don't know about Christ. So I guess if I keep on living, then I can teach more people about Christ. What I'm trying to get you to see is Paul is determining what's going to happen next, although he doesn't even control his present condition. What I'm trying to get you to show is Paul is determining what is going to happen next, although he doesn't even control his present condition. What I'm trying to get you to see is Paul is deciding what the outcome is going to be, although he doesn't control his present conditions. Say it again. What I'm trying to get you to see is you can control what happens next, even if you can't control your present conditions. What Paul is trying to get you to see is nothing can control you that you haven't given the power of it to control you. What I'm trying to get you to see is you can make a determination of the outcome, even if you can't control why you are where you are, how long you going to be there, but you can make a decision of your own mind that, I'm going to live. I'm going to live. Now, I may not be able to determine when I'm going to leave this prison, but I'm going to live. What I want you to see is Paul went from wondering, talking about the outcomes, to deciding what the outcome was going to be before there was ever a change in his circumstances. What I want you to see, the whole point of me going through all that is for you to see that Paul chose the outcome without a change in his condition. Paul chose what was going to be good next without any circumstances changing. Paul decided to change his view on what was going on, although nothing changed about what was going on. You hear what I'm saying? What I'm saying is Paul changed without things changing. I'm saying this because if you are always waiting for things to change, for you to change, when they start to rearrange, you'll change back. Like if things can change what you believe, things will always change what you believe. Like if you're waiting for things to look favorable, to believe favorable, when they don't look favorable, you'll also go back to worrying again. Like if your faith is in what you see, if your faith is in the facts of the scenario, if your faith is in the conditions, then you'll always change based on the conditions, the facts, and the scenarios. What I'm trying to get you to see is you choose the outcome irregardless of the condition. What I'm trying to get you to see is today you can be like Paul and choose life and not death without any facts that prove why you changed. You can do it. Paul was convinced even though nothing has changed. And I believe that's where and how Paul was so confident, although the boat was going down. Paul was confident, although they were going to be shipwrecked, because his confidence was never in the boat. His confidence in what God was going to do in his life wasn't in the things that he could see, but in the God that was within him. What I want you to see is although the prisoners thought the boat was holding Paul, what was in Paul was holding the boat. What I'm trying to get you to see is as long as you think you are holding up your conditions, then you also think you are sustaining those conditions. What I'm trying to get you to see is what's in you is what's protecting you. What I'm trying to get you to see is God doesn't care so much about the things around you, but he cares about protecting the thing he placed inside of you. See, the reason why Paul had to get to Rome is because Paul was carrying a message Rome needed. See, you got to understand, God wanted to get the gospel to Rome. But Paul was carrying the gospel. Hear what I'm saying? God had a plan to get the gospel to Rome. Paul was carrying the gospel. What I'm trying to get you to see is some of y'all can think, man, of course God would save Paul. Look at Paul. But God wasn't saving Paul over and over again. God was preserving his message over and over and over again. What you got to understand is Paul knew he was carrying something for God. And because he was carrying something for God, what wouldn't God do to protect what he has? See, sometimes we can find ourselves broken down because we think so highly of ourselves sometimes. Like, you so fine, you so pretty, you all that, so God just keeping you. No, God's keeping what's in you. God's keeping what some of y'all don't even know is inside of you. God has been preserving you despite your ignorance because you're carrying a message he needs to get somewhere. What you don't realize is you are just a vessel holding something God wants to reveal. And so no matter what you see, sometimes you just, okay. Paul's like, I don't care if the boat go down, the message is still good. And God's getting his message to Rome. And it don't matter what we have to go through because what's in me is what God's trying to get there. What I'm trying to get you to see is sometimes you forget what you carrying. You're carrying something. You got something God wants to bring to somebody. And you... Sometimes that's how we don't even know why we still okay. We done made so many bad decisions, so many wrongs, and we done did some stuff. Yet God keeps keeping us. I'm trying to tell you, secret's out. It isn't that God's just keeping you. He's preserving what's in you. And he'll preserve it even when you don't even recognize it. God will pick you up from places you thought was going to be the end of you to preserve what's in you. Everybody in here is carrying something that God is preserving for somebody he's trying to reach. And so even when the boat went down, Paul's like, we still getting to Rome because there's a message in me they need to hear. And that's what he was saying again. He's in prison again. He said, it's better for y'all that I keep on living. So I'm convinced, even though the situation hasn't changed, because I know what's in me. I'm convinced, even though the facts are still the same, because I know what's in me. I know what's in me is going to bring you closer to Christ. And because I know that, none of this phases me. I know the outcome. God is going to preserve Paul. What's your name? Y'all just say y'all names. God is going to preserve what's in you. That's why you know what the outcome is. The outcome gonna be good because what's in me is good. Okay.